Well, this is going to be a little different. I'm going to start with Shakespeare, and the reason is I've got an eye here, which you may or may not notice. It's all bloody in the bottom. And I thought, well, you might not notice, but if you did, I thought I should explain. If this were in school, the students would have to know what's going on with my eye. Well, to make it even seem a little more sinister, I brought down a machete, and maybe I'll just sharpen it up a little bit for what I'm going to say. Don't be afraid, nothing bad's going to happen to you or to me. But the eye, I was cutting brush yesterday. I use this all the time. And I don't know if it was a multiflora rose or a branch of a hawthorn, but it whipped back and hit me in the eye. It doesn't really hurt. I can see fine, but anyway, it's bloody. But it gave me the idea that if I brought this down as a prop, I should have brought my gloves as well. Well, that would be a perfect introduction into Titus Andronicus. And I'll put that down now. But now you can say, oh yeah, Mr. Anderson, or I'm sorry, Frank, yeah, I remember the time he taught us and came and brought a machete. I paid attention that day. He had a machete in his hand. Titus, I'm doing Shakespeare first today, and then I'll do Latin second. Titus Andronicus is such a different play. If I didn't think it were a good play, I wouldn't even tell you about it. It's the only one like this that Shakespeare wrote. And I was probably in my 50s before I even paid any attention to its existence. The fact that it was done as a movie in 1999 was probably the reason that it got my attention. Oh, and by the way, that rooster, his name's Charlie. He's been crowing all morning. I heard a guy once in one of the documentaries about Shakespeare say that this was Shakespeare's Quentin Tarantino stage or something. I didn't even write with, well, I'll write it down, but it's shocking. It has, I can count them, it has rape, incest, murder, mutilation, and cannibalism. I don't know if I need to write all that stuff down. Rape, I mean, this is bad. Murder is, you know, that's almost the least of this stuff. Mutilation, incest, and cannibalism. I read it. I actually own the movie, and I've watched it several times, and I read it, and I think it's a good play. The language is good. The poetry in it is good. It's just that it's horrifying, and the way it was done in 1999, you know, I say see Titus 1999 or not. If you're a homeschooler, a homeschooling parent, I would not use this with your students. I don't know if I'd even write it. Have them read it or read it. But, you know, to be fair to Shakespeare, I think you should know that he wrote this play. It certainly isn't a comedy. I guess it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy or history. But it's good, and I'll be brief. And so I was brief with that. And the machete thing, well, it fits. Oh, Anthony Hopkins, if that helps. Anthony Hopkins, he plays the part of Titus Andronicus in it. And as I said, I thought it was good. I didn't like some of the costumes, and some people said, oh, the costumes are great. Well, it's there. You know about it now. Now, yesterday I repeated myself. I'm sorry about the lean and hungry look. I don't know if you remember, I had to do one video twice because the Zoom was wrong. I wanted to say about Petruchio and Kate. I thought about maybe not telling you about this, but you know, I've puzzled over why women would like this play. And I've even asked kids to write me as an essay question, you know, try to explain how Kate won this battle of the sexes, as it's sometimes called. Well, I think the best explanation is Petruchio is an appealing man. by the end. Compared to the other men, he seems to be the one that is appealing. And Kate and these two are happy by the end. As a shrew, she wasn't happy. And now they're happy. It's quite a battle to get there, but they're finally happy. There's probably something else I could say about that, but I can't think what it is. Anyway, and in my mind yesterday, I was wanting to tell you Eva Lindt. This is an Austrian singer, a soprano, and she sings Wunderbar. Wunderbar comes from the Cole Porter version of this Kiss Me Kate. I had mentioned that, but she sings it, and it's an excuse to tell her about this singer. She's a soprano. I would not know about her if it weren't for that woman in the background that I call Shirley, who is helping me all the time. She, through her, I found out that there was this music there. She's wonderful. She's my favorite soprano presently in the world. I just love her voice. Mostly she sings in German, but I think this is in English. Okay, I know what it was. I was going to tell you here that Moonlighting in maybe the 1980s, that was a television show. They did a version of Kiss Me Kate, and they sort of spoofed it. And sort of in the end, Kate refuses to submit. And it's fun. I like that. It was okay. But for some reason, you can't flip this around. It just doesn't seem to work to have like the taming of the bastard and have a woman tame a man. It might be out there, but it's interesting to me. All right, that's a brief with Shakespeare, but so be it. I'm going to do a lesson in Latin still today.